But until that, people are walking away from you, white people. This is what's going on. Because you don't want to make atonement for the wickedness you've done, man. To humanity. Don't forget, you enslaved your own people before we come, right? And Bristol was the master for that, right? Swapping their women for damn items. Don't forget those things, son. Pregnant women 2 in 1 and all that nonsense, man. All that wickedness. Brutalizing humanity. Your sons. So that's why nobody likes him. That's why no one likes him. For what you've done to humanity and what you continue to do. You make money out of it, man. You damn tramp.
I went into a deep dive into explaining a hidden hand that has been a part of the history of the so-called black race. It is important to understand the agenda and recognize the people that have been a part of it. So as we move more into these modern times, all the dots can be connected of why this culture that we call black culture has
I have to get new phone.
distracted and led astray. We leave room for the people that he has chosen to take claim of being the biblical people.
I'm going to talk to my
and this lie will lead the world into the
talk to him
new
now.
world order.
Because that phone does my head. It's an easier phone.
I was excited to move up in this history, but as I read the comments in the last video, I recognized that there was an area of confusion that needed to be addressed first. Often, as I make these series, I have a direction that I believe I'm to go. But as information is presented, I'm often redirected to clarify points so that points of confusion that are there may go away.
Damn thing, man.
It's like what I had to do with the Torah series, because that series was not expected to go in the direction that it did. But I am happy that it did, though I'm excited to get on track to where I initially was going. Anyways, as we have been discussing this history, there's been confusion that has arisen, and it makes a lot of sense of why it's there.
Right.
There is mass confusion with the history at a certain point in time, and the thing is that as I explain what has happened in order to create what we know as black culture, if I don't cover this confusion, there will be a leg of confusion that will continue to be in the background.
Sure.
As you hear this history, and it's told throughout the many different sources in these books, the Rev 29s used the Spanish Inquisition as their reasoning for why they left Europe and went to South America and the Caribbean.
Right. When he says Rev 29s, right, he's saying Revelation 29. And that tells you that those children that are there now are children of Satan. And Rev 29 is what we call them. But if you go to Revelation chapter 29, you'll see it. Chapter 2 verse 9, you'll see it. 2:9, Rev 2:9. And they get exposed, man. Look at these people. How dare you say these people are us? How dare you? And all they do is just brutalize you and tell you what you can do with your kids, and what women are, what white women are, and what brown people are, and what Israelites are, and just burying all of us. Right, and these are the people that was in the Caucasus Mountain. Don't forget pogroms. Say that to your phone and you'll see the whole world turn against Israel. Pogroms. And that's when they met Esau. Because when that idiot Esau found out that he's got no birthright, he took his will and started having sex with everybody. And then he went into the Caucasus Mountain and he met them in there. And then they had sex and they came out as modern Israel. And that is the dance, guys. That is the dance.
Told throughout the many different sources in these books. The Rev 29s used the Spanish Inquisition as their reasoning for why they left Europe and went to South America and the Caribbean.
And they're filthy.
They take the name Sephardic and then use this as their premise and reasoning for why they were dispersed everywhere. If you don't know and understand this history, you undoubtedly can be confused. Because the question becomes, I thought it was the true Yahudim that were taken down in the Spanish Inquisition. So, I believe this is very important to clarify.
I'm trying.
Please understand, right now in the world, there are two distinct groups that claim to be the biblical chosen people.
Sure.
That is the Jewish people who are in control of modern-day Israel, who are also spread out amongst the many nations and territories of this world. And then there are the Negroes who are taken as slaves and scattered throughout the world, who lost their heritage and identity, who the world only calls black people. You may hear them referred to in many different ways: African Americans, Afro-Brazilians, Afro-Venezuelans. It's all the same thing, because they don't have an identity. It's a little different when you get into Africa, though. Like in South Africa, it's a little different. Think of it from this way. Most people there are aware that there's going to be an anti-Messiah in this world that's coming. A satanic version of the true Messiah. But what most people don't question is that if there's an anti-Messiah, why wouldn't there be an anti-Yasharel? A people that the world thinks are biblical, but it actually leads to the same agenda that the anti-Messiah does. Thankfully, there are now many that are waking up to the agenda. But still, for many, the question still remains. If the Negroes are truly the chosen people, then when and how did this confusion occur? As we go through their history and read their explanations, how is it that the Rev 29s were also victims of the Inquisition? What is the truth? Well, this is a very important understanding that should be shared, so I want to make sure this is brought out and clarified. So before I move on in the history, in order to make sure that there's little confusion, I'm going to go a little backwards briefly to clear up confusion. This is going to be extensive, so I'm breaking it up into two parts. But I believe that if the confusion is cleared up, it can help solidify what has actually happened in the satanic agenda. So we're going to understand how it is that the Rev 29s were also victims of the Inquisition. Let's begin.
Right.
Okay, so this is a big topic.
I need a hot drink.
In order to answer this, it's important that I go back to a lot of this history and show the different points of history of the different groups, and then show where the history collides. And in the second part, I will show where the confusion was really brought forth. So to understand this, we must go through the history. Now, to understand the history, we must go to a part where we can all agree as a place of accepted history. We need a place that we can start history from. So we're going to start from the Yahudim that were in Rome during the time of the Apostle Paul. Now, please note that I will be using the word Yahudim. This is the Hebrew word for the word you know as Jew. And it's important that I use this word so you know the distinction when I'm speaking of the true people and I'm not speaking of them. Just so that's clear. In Solomon Grazel's book, The History of the Jews, he documents that before Yahusha came to Israel in the year 63 BC, this is again before Yahusha, Pompey, the Roman general, he conquered the land of Israel, which they referred to as Palestine. This is what we know as the Siege of Jerusalem. When he took over the land and put it under Roman control, he carried off a large number of Yahudim war captives whom he sold as slaves. Later, these Yahudim, or their children, they were freed, and they remained in Rome. And subsequently, any time that there was any rebellion against Rome by the Yahudim in Jerusalem, the captives of war were enslaved, they were brought to Rome, and then they were later freed, increasing the Roman population of the Yahudim. It is estimated that by the time of the First Yahudim War, which is in 66 to 71 AD, this is the time when Rome destroyed the first temple, it is estimated that there were about 50,000 Jews in the city of Rome. Hence, why you have Paul in Rome and him speaking to the Yahudim there about Yahusha, as we see in Acts chapter 28, where it says, "And it came to pass after 3 days that Paul called the leaders of the Yahudim together. So when they had come together, he said to them, 'Men and brethren, though I have done nothing against our people or the customs of our fathers, yet I was delivered as a prisoner from Jerusalem into the hands of the Romans.'" Acts chapter 28, verse 17. So yeah, I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. This is how the Yahudim that were in Rome made it there in the first place. Okay, so we should be on the same page. So they were very clearly Yahudim in Rome and all around Asia Minor. Paul was preaching to them. Peter and other disciples also witnessed to them. Now, to add to that, we also know that there were Yahudim in Spain during this time as well, because Paul, he wrote that he was trying to make it to Spain to see them. As he speaks in Romans, "For this reason, I also have been much hindered from coming to you, but now no longer having a place in these parts, and having a great desire these many years to come to you. Whenever I journey to Spain, I shall come to you. For I hope to see you on my journey and to be helped on my way there by you, if first I may enjoy your company for a while." Romans chapter 15, verses 22 through 24. And in the Sefer, in the last chapter of Acts, it provides more clarifying detail about this, but to limit the confusion, I won't be using it. But here's the deal. The history of how they were spread in Spain during this time is not well cited or documented. But we can know, based from the history of the Yahudim in Rome, we can know how more of the Yahudim made it into the Iberian Peninsula that we know as Spain and Portugal, amongst the other places in Europe. And this was primarily due to the creation of the religion of Christianity. I'm going to give you a quick overview so there isn't any confusion. So again, we know that Rome accepted the Yahudim there. Rome, as we already know during this time, was pagan. This was their foundation. But paganism is usually a tolerant religion. These people believed in the existence of more than one God, so the pagans fairly easily granted the others the right to worship a god or gods other than their own. Rome ratified and increased privileges for the Yahudim in Rome. They excused the Yahudim from the worship of the goddess Roma and were excused from the worship of Caesar and Augustus, who were considered gods by their people. The conquered Egyptians were required to do this, though, but the Yahudims, they were not. They were only expected to pray for the emperors. In the city of Rome itself, there were also several districts inhabited largely by Yahudim. Each of these neighborhoods had its own synagogue. They were able to practice their law and their way of life set by Yahuwah in Rome. They were not led by his power any longer, though, but they were a people with their own way and their own customs, a set-apart people that had their own separate ways of life. It's important to understand that at this time there will be no confusion on who the true Yahudim were, no confusion at all. There were no others to consider, and also there was no such thing as a classification by race during this time. Now, when did things change for the Yahudim in Rome? Well, things changed when Christianity started to grow in influence. Now, we know the faith was known as the way to the Yahudim, but the Gentiles also attached to a version of this faith, and the faith that they were a part of called it Christianity. They are not the same thing, but we do know that there were takers and believers in the way because we know Paul spoke with them, and there were, of course, Yahudim who did not attach to the way. By the early 4th century, Christianity became a permitted religion like the religion of the Yahudim was in Rome. And this took so much influence from the pagan ways that Rome was under that Constantine made Christianity the favorite religion in Rome. And it was now paganism that was now only tolerated. And then, with this change, the attitude towards the Yahudim changed as well. The biblical faith was hijacked from this point. In order to understand the confusion, you have to understand that there were hijackings. Satan hijacked and rebranded what Yahweh did in order to point everything to himself. To hijack means to take control of something by force, or steal a vehicle or cargo in transit, or to take over a process or conversation without permission. Now, I cannot say that Satan didn't have permission. I can't say that. This is the time of the Gentiles. Yahweh allowed this to happen. My point that I'm trying to make under Yahudim changed as well. The biblical faith was hijacked from this point.
What have I missed?
But we do are a part of called it Christianity. They are not the same thing. Customs. A set-apart people that had their own separate ways of life.
Is that right?
It's important to understand that at this time there will be no confusion on who the true Yahudim were.
I'm listening.
Other places in Europe.
I'm listening back.
And this was primarily due to the creation of the religion of Christianity. I'm going to give you a quick overview so there isn't any confusion. So again, we know that Rome accepted the Yahudim there. Rome, as we already know during this time, was pagan. This was their foundation. But paganism is usually a tolerant religion. These people believed in the existence of more than one God, so the pagans fairly easily granted the others the right to worship a god or gods other than their own. Rome ratified and increased privileges for the Yahudim in Rome. They excused the Yahudim from the worship of the goddess Roma and were excused from the worship of Caesar and Augustus, who were considered gods by their people. The conquered Egyptians were required to do this, though, but the Yahudims, they were not. They were only expected to pray for the emperors. In the city of Rome itself, there were also several districts inhabited largely by Yahudim. Each of these neighborhoods had its own synagogue. They were able to practice their law and their way of life set by Yahuwah in Rome. They were not led by his power any longer, though, but they were a people with their own way and their own customs, a set-apart people that had their own separate ways of life. It's important to understand that at this time there will be no confusion on who the true Yahudim were, no confusion at all. There were no others to consider, and also there was no such thing as a classification by race during this time. Now, when did things change for the Yahudim in Rome? Well, things changed when Christianity started to grow in influence. Now, we know the faith was known as the way to the Yahudim, but the Gentiles also attached to a version of this faith, and the faith that they were a part of called it Christianity. They are not the same thing. But we do know that there were takers and believers in the way because we know Paul spoke with them. And there were, of course, Yahudim who did not attach to the way. By the early 4th century, Christianity became a permitted religion like the religion of the Yahudim was in Rome.
Why?
And this took so much influence from the pagan ways that Rome was under that Constantine.
Good afternoon. Welcome and hi. I hope everyone's doing good. Boy, I'm going to tell you the truth, man. I put a video out yesterday, right? I couldn't believe it, yeah? A video called Misha'el equals Michael. And it's a little bit of music. I can't believe it. 6,500 people already have watched it and give me thumbs up and said they like it. Good with that. And I have paid to have people watch that, but not this one. I've just put this one on normal. I paid to that. That one hasn't even come on yet, the pay. But it's just good to know now you can put videos on there and you don't have to pay for people to watch it. It's very good. It took a long time to build, didn't it? You know, when you just stick at something. But you know, this ministry. The reason why this ministry is different from yours is because all the beautiful children that have signed on to this thing, nobody asked them. No one ever said to them, subscribe. No one ever said that to them. Right? They've done it themselves. And because they've done that, Father has blessed them. We will never tell you, subscribe to us, give us a like. Not allowed to. No, no, no. You yourself must do it. Now when you do it, you get blessings. And we have 4,000 people now already. I don't know where the 6,000 come from at all, but we've got 4,000 who have signed up. But them 4,000 there, our children, our Father were blessed, because nobody asked them to sign up. They've done it on their own spiritual guidance, and those children there will be blessed. Just saying, it's picking up, man. It's actually picking up. Everything takes time, because Rome wasn't built in a day. And that's what Grandma tells you. Rome wasn't built in a day.
To the Yahudim. But the Gentiles also attached to a version of this faith, and the faith that they were a part of called it Christianity.
Right, don't get to that. All we're trying to do, right, in English, sorry, totally. All we're trying to do, I remember, all we're trying to do is find our way back home. And you want to come and say we're criminals for this, for that, for that. Why? Because we're trying to find our way back home. One time we was your inheritance, Edward Colston. One time we was your inheritance, Cabot Circus. But all good things must come to an end, Toto, right? And the man said, you are my inheritance and I am yours. I said, rock on, Tommy. He said, my name's not Tommy, my name's Yahuwah. I said, all right, rock on, Yahuwah. It is written. That's what it says. Not your inheritance, Yahuwah's inheritance. We are. Not yours. It's written.
They are not the same thing. But we do know that there were takers and believers in the way, because we know Paul spoke with them. And there were, of course, Yahudim who did not attach to the way.
We love Hebrew.
By the early 4th century, Christians
were saying, how are we like this? How are we like this? What was it? It is not British. I said, no. He said, it is not black British. I said, no. He said, it is not African, American. I said, so what is it? He said, Hebrew. I said, what is that? He said, just watch me. I said, all right then.
Christianity became a permitted religion, like the religion of the Yahudim was in Rome. And this took so much influence from the pagan ways that Rome was under that Constantine made Christianity.
Right, because who told you he was black British? He did. Who told you he was a black artist? He did. Who told you he was an African? He did. Who told you he was a Nick Gollywog? Sorry, Grandma. He did. But he didn't tell you he was a Hebrew, did he? He didn't tell you he was a Hebrew. So you're going to believe everything what he told you. Go and do your own research. And you'll find out that you're a king and a queen. And then you'll find out that he is the smelliest of smells. He stinks like shit. The Europeans, they are smell bags. They won't wash. They'll fight you asking them to wash. Well, go back and have a look at the history. Don't look at the leaf. Right? Don't look at the root neither. Go to the DNA of the damn tree, right? Don't look at the leaf, because not everything in this wicked world is quite as it seems. Just stop it. All right, Satan. Damn tramp.
The favorite religion in Rome. And it was now paganism that was now only tolerated. And then, with this change, the attitude towards the Yahudim changed as well. The biblical faith was hijacked from this point.
Nice. That's copy. I mean, that's copy.
In order to understand the confusion, you have to understand that there were hijackings. Satan hijacked and rebranded what Yahweh did in order to point everything to himself. To hijack means to take control of something by force, or steal a vehicle or cargo in transit, or to take over a process or compensation without permission. Now, I cannot say that Satan didn't have permission. I can't say that. This is the time of the Gentiles.
Sure.
Yahweh allowed this to happen.
He did.
My point that I'm trying to make understood is that the major confusion in this world really stems down to a few major moments in history that brought about great change. And the moments were about a hijacking.
Go on.
Satan hijacked what happened in Jerusalem with Yahusha, and he took it over and created his own religion with it, which is what Christianity is. Yahusha prophesied about this when he prophesied about the wheat and the tares. This isn't some thought I'm making up or some unfounded conspiracy.
Right.
Yahusha prophesied of this with the wheat and tares.
Okay.
I've covered this extensively multiple times.
Okay.
I won't use that time in this video to explain it.
Okay.
If you want to understand it, I have spoken about it in this video.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that the confusion comes down to the hijackings that occurred in this world.
Okay.
And where the conflicts occur with most people is that they don't want to acknowledge that these hijackings occurred.
Yeah.
Most people are going to ignore these events and not truly recognize that these are times when Satan brought in his deception. And if you do not recognize this is where you will be left in the delusion. Like for most people who argue about being a Christian and using Greek influence, and they use all those other points of debate that are about Christianity, they literally refuse to recognize that Satan hijacked the way. And there was now a separation. There was now the truth that leads to the kingdom, and there is a lie that leads to a new world order. That's the simple way of putting it. But it's about a hijacking. And the reason I want to emphasize it is because this is one major event right here that brings in confusion. There are a lot of events and points of history that lead the world towards Satan. But there are three main events that lead to this new world order. The first two are Satan's push into monotheism, and that is through Christianity and also to Islam. And the third is the hijacking that happened in 1492. In regards to Christianity, there was a complete hijacking of the leadership of this faith. And pagans started mingling their belief in with the truth of Yahuwah. And in order to do this, they wanted to remove the influence of the Yahudim. The Council of the Churchmen, which met at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, they met to discuss the faith. And among other agendas, they sought to separate the Yahudim from the Christians. They forbade Christians to eat unleavened bread on Passover or to even celebrate this holiday at the same Yahuwah. And in order to do this, they wanted to remove the influence of the Yahudim.
Yes, they did.
The Council of the Churchmen, which met at the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, they met to discuss the faith. And among other agendas, they sought to separate the Yahudim from the Christians. They forbade Christians to eat unleavened bread on Passover or to even celebrate this holiday at the same time as the Yahudim. They prohibited Christians from visiting synagogues and listening to any Yahudim preaching or teaching. It urged them to not observe the day of rest on the day that the Yahudim observed, and they instituted Sunday as the only Christian Sabbath. The bishops grew in influence and began to take away from the Yahudim some of the political privileges that they once long enjoyed. Many of the Christian leadership of Rome urged the emperor to deal harshly with the Yahudim. They desired that the influence of the Yahudim disappear. They made the claim that the Yahudim had always misunderstood the scriptures. They pointed to the loss of the nation of Israel as a sign that the God of Israel had rejected and abandoned the Yahudim. And they were now the holders of the covenant. This is the doctrine much of the church today is still influenced by, which is why the prophecies that Yahuwah has made about Israel coming back to the land, they're all but ignored.
Right. This is what your Constantino did, you little tramp. This is your Constantino, you little tramp. Hi guys, this is your Constantino. This is your Constantino. This is your Constantino, right? This is your Constantino. Hear what he says, guys. Your Constantino, fresh off the press. Hear what he says. Sunday, sun, day, split up. Sun, and then a mark, abbreviation mark, and then day. So it's split up. Sunday. Here it starts off. Straight from the horse's mouth. That's what it says, look. Straight from the horse's mouth. That's what it says. Look how cheeky these wicked men are. They start their rubbish off with straight from the horse's mouth. You see it? Sorry, darling. Straight from the horse's mouth. Here it starts off, guys. These wicked Catholic Church. Prove to me from the Bible alone that I am bound to keep Sunday holy. There is no such law in the Bible. It is the law of the Holy Catholic Church alone. The Bible says, remember, keep the Sabbath day holy. The Catholic Church says, no. By my divine power, I abolish the Sabbath day. And command, whoa, you got command now. And you got command now, you look a batty face, you got command now. And command you to keep holy the first day of the week. And lo, using our words as well, you copycat. And lo, the entire civilized world bows down in reverence, obedience to the command, another command, you little batty fierce, to the command of the Holy Catholic Church. There it is right there. And that's what you do every Sunday, and they make £30 billion of you. Because no, we say no to the Sabbath day. We abolished it with my divine power. That's what it says here. The Catholic Church, what it says there. And the whole civilization will bow down in reverent obedience to the command, oh gosh, of the Holy Catholic Church. There it is right there, you damn tramp. What do you think this is? Friendship?
The Roman Church hijacked the faith, took control of it, and removed the influence the Yahudim ever had to it. And so now, in order to understand Yahuwah, you never needed to understand the Yahudim or Israel. You never needed to understand the covenant that they made with Yahuwah. People feel you only need to understand the God of Israel through the doctrine that comes through the Roman Catholic Church. Now, through the Protestant Church as well. But in regards to Roman Catholicism, that's why they want to consider themselves as the original church. Because they removed any influence the Yahudim had over it. And instead of assimilating and letting the faith be led by those who actually understood Yahuwah, they tailored the faith to how they saw God and how they desired to mingle their other gods in with Him. This is the time of the Gentiles.
My goodness, can you believe it? Since we got this at home, we haven't bought ice cream from out in a single second. Plus, the kids can use it by themselves, and they absolutely love it because it's so easy.
It's a sin, man. It's a sin, right? It's a sin. No. Why is this there? Go away.
Just put the fruit inside, wait 30 seconds, and look, it's ready. This is the ice cream maker that has become a hit all over Europe. It makes pure, fresh fruit ice cream in just 30 seconds. 100% additive free, 0% fat, 0% added sucrose. Safe for people on diets, the elderly, and children. The body is made of food-grade materials certified by EU safety standards. No plastic smell. Includes a child safety lock. The whole family can use it with peace of mind. Easy to
God, that's what you guys do. That's what you guys do. Sell. That's what you're about. Selling. Looking pretty, selling. Can't raise kids, by the way. Selling, swapping, selling. Looking beautiful, looking pretty. Selling. Looking beautiful, looking pretty. Swapping, selling. Looking beautiful, looking pretty. Oh, damn sake. Really? No, wait. Looking beautiful, looking pretty. Do you spray yourself when you fart? Huh? Do you spray yourself when you fart? You want to go like you're nice? Huh? Do you wipe your backside 4 times a day with a nice white flannel? And you go like you're nice? Huh? You have no idea about niceness, darling. Because you've been brought up by this system. And this system doesn't do elderly people, and it doesn't do youngsters. It brings out laws and says, we don't protect young children. And then you want to show up in this damn system. You're an idiot.
Important to know that had nothing to actually do with this topic. But in order to get where I'm trying to go, I had to cover it. The point that needs discussing is how they made it into Spain. So let's get there. As the Roman Empire of the West became less prosperous, as conditions grew more unsettled because of their constant wars, as cities declined, the Yahudim went from trading to farming. This is what the Yahudim did. Throughout their spread through the different nations, you will find that what contributed to their survival was their hustle. They knew how to hustle. They knew how to trade and to do business. They also knew how to farm and to raise crops. This was their way. And as you go throughout their history, you will find that wherever they went, they set up and established many different strong trade posts. But again, as the Roman Empire faded and they were being suppressed by the church, they migrated west through Italy, France, onto Spain and Portugal. And this is how more of them got to Spain. They migrated there. And again, there's still, at this point, still no confusion of who they were. There were no alternative people during this time. This was basically the same world that existed before the Messiah. Before the Messiah, the separation was that there were pagans and then there was Israel. Now, after Messiah, there was the separation that there was Christians and then there were Yahudim, who are referred to as Jews. The Roman Church was converting their territories into Christianity. And then there was the Mohammedans who were converting their territories into Islam. The Roman Church covered Europe and Islam covered the Middle East into North Africa. The Roman Church looked to spread their religion around the world, moving with Constantine's purpose of conquering through the cross. We are told in the mainstream about the history of the church, but much of the history of the Yahudim, it's not mainstream. The Yahudim were not takers of this Christian religion, and they found refuge in Spain. Their history is well documented, and they established themselves in Spain.
Right.
They were a part of the history of that peninsula for centuries.
Right.
Like one event, for example, in 616, King Sisebut of Spain issued an edict ordering the baptism of all the Yahudim of his kingdom, under the pain of banishment and the loss of all their property if they didn't comply. It is said that 90,000 of them embraced Christianity. This was one of the earliest chapters of the disaster that fell upon the Yahudim of Spain. There was also the short reign of Roderick in the year 710, who also forced conversions. During his reign, anyone suspected of practicing Judaism, their children were to be seized and were to be brought up in an uncontaminated Christian atmosphere. The ones who converted were forced to sign a declaration binding themselves to not practice Judaism in the future. But here's the thing. These conversions, they were not sincere, and they did not last, which leads us to the tradition of the Marranos. There is so much history that I'm skimming through, so just please forgive me. All this, if you want to, you can go back and review on your own now that you have certain terms and you have these time periods. But I'm just skimming through the history. So look, shortly after those Spanish kings, the Arabs came and took over Spain, which was considered the golden age of the Yahudim of Spain. This was all the way up until the year 1012. During that period, the strength of the Yahudim grew in that region more than any other country in the Western world. This is until the Christians regained control of Spain again. Now, okay, so now we know that how they got in Spain, and we know that they had influence over there. Let's now just pause in that history there at this point right now. Now, please understand that up until this point, there is no confusion on who the Yahudim truly are in the Iberian Peninsula. There's absolutely no confusion in the world when it comes to this. But it is during this period, about a few centuries earlier, where across the map, east in Europe, there was a major event that happened that changed the world forever. This was the conversion of the Khazars. In Kevin Allen Brooks' book, The Jews of Khazaria, he explains that the Khazars, or Khazars, emerged on the world scene as Turkic horsemen who believed in shamanism and lived a nomadic lifestyle. They are predominantly Turkic and probably originated in the steppes of Central Asia or perhaps in the Ural or Caucasus Mountains. The details of their origin are said to be somewhat obscure. One thing that needs to be understood about them is that they are nomads. A nomadic life is a way of living where a person or group moves from place to place instead of staying in one permanent home. They were drifters and they moved around, never really settled in one place. That was their way. They established the independent state of Khazaria, which was established in the 630s and 640s. The whole region between the Volga and the fortress city of Derbent came into the possession of the Khazars. This area right here. The Khazars soon became the dominant power in southern Russia. The expansion of Khazaria into new territories displaced other ethnic groups. Khazaria was one of the most diverse nations of medieval Europe. It was a multi-ethnic society with a population of Slavic, Turkic, Iranian, Arabic, and Caucasian peoples who professed other faiths, including Islam and Christianity. What I'm trying to explain here is that this group of people were not Hebrews. They did not descend from the Hebrews by blood. There was a mixture of different groups, but they were not mixed with or descendants from Judah or Israel. In Kevin Brooks' book, this is a map of Khazaria and the neighboring empires in the 9th and 10th century. This area is what we know as Ukraine today, and that is not a coincidence. But let's keep going.
Yeah. Right, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Right. For some reason, I've just put up all my writings gone, and it's all come up all brand new. I'm right, so I've got to know what they are. Yeah. They're all gone. Everything's gone.
What's gone?
All the writing to tell me what the song is. The song's there. I don't know what kind of music it is. All there is, they're all gone. And I've got this is here, this green thing is when they're all new. They're not new. There's no writing there to say, you know, if they're good or if they're beautiful. There's nothing. It's all gone. Look, the writing on it. It's all gone. What's that? On all of them.
First of all, I don't know what you mean when you say it's all gone. Like, what did it used to look like?
What I used to do is to write from here and I'll write.
Oh,
So I know what it is.
Okay.
And then it's there. And then it's there. So I know they're bad, they're good. They're gone. So I don't know what they are. And it took me years to write them.
All of this, and they're sure like...
Look, that's how you get them when you just get them. That's how it comes when you just get them. So you get rid of that and you write what they are and how good they are.
Oh, so you say take editor.
It's just all disappeared.
Or you'd come, you'd put
Yeah.
up the name, yeah.
Yeah.
The title. I see. Let's see. So, like, which color would you put in the artist? Okay. So, for example, when you go here, right, where would you change? Is it the artist name? Yeah.
No, yeah, get rid of that, and I'll get rid of all that nonsense, and
Or-
get rid of, and I'll
or-
just make it look pretty. And this is not it, man. This
Or
is,
then you put your own artist and
then
your own
then
title.
then I'll just put, how good the song is. You can't have these things in there. You have to get rid of these. All these things you get rid of, and you write. Otherwise, you can't play music. You don't know what they are. So you have to write and say what category they're, but they're not here. It's all gone. I don't know whether to kick it and start again. It might come back. But all of it's wiped off. It's none of there. It's all gone. And then when you get a new song, this comes up and they're all new.
Oh, okay.
And these are not new.
Those are not new.
Oh.
Oh.
Let me try and shade down because
Yeah, restart it again.
there's nothing there what you're doing. And I know this from inside out. And it's just all gone. So look. Yeah, say it again. It's all gone. It's definitely all gone again.
Wait.
No, I don't want that. No, I don't want
No,
that.
it was telling us information
Yeah,
about an update that they did. So maybe it's in the update.
Alright, let me try again then. Oh, there it is. Look, it's come back. Right, it's all come back. Look, see, yeah, they've all gone.
Okay.
And wait, no, come here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Look, no, it hasn't. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Yeah. Look, see.
Or like you comment, you know exactly
look,
what it is.
look,
Sugar,
Yeah.
a beauty special.
Yeah, that's how you know what they are. You write these things here,
It's
so
a
you know
special.
what they are.
Triple special.
Yeah, so you know how.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That
Yeah,
makes
so
sense.
you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Can't you now? So
And,
it's all
and
like-
when you're playing your tracks, you know exactly because like you have
Yeah,
the information.
so it looks like we just need to restart it.
Yeah, at times these things can be,
Right, well-
especially when there's an update, right?
Right.
That's,
Okay,
that's why I wanted
Well,
to
so you
read.
look- Right.
Exactly.
Got you.
Because at times when that happens,
Right.
things may move a bit, but usually there's
Got
a way
you.
to reset things.
Right, what was I going to say to you? Also, yeah, you know the sound quality of the other laptop, yeah? Did you get any joy of looking seeing through it or not? Yeah. Because you were saying you don't know if you're going to get that one, not the same you're going to get. You said you're going to look for another one. Yes. So are you?
Oh, look for it this afternoon.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I need a new phone as well. Can you look for one for me as well?
Oh, okay.
Because every minute it's got anyway.
Yeah,
every
this
minute.
this one you need to. Actually, this is more a bit more urgent. Well, in the sense that when you get your laptop,
Yeah.
you get your phone as
Yeah,
well.
I am.
The cameras can then be the additional, like we'll see after you get a phone and a laptop. Then we'll see whatever money you have left that you want to use for cameras.
So you reckon I should get a phone?
This is more important because if this fails, my
Look
friend.
again. Look.
Yeah,
Look,
exactly.
Look, it's doing that.
Yeah, if this fails, then you're going.
The expensive phones, man.
Yeah, that's the thing. Client.
So can't you get two on contract, and then I'll pay the contract because I can't get contract, but could you?
No, like, how do I explain?
I'm a T. Sorry, copy something. Go on, I'm
No,
listening.
sorry,
Go on,
sorry,
go on.
yeah. I'll need to look into that because last time I tried to even upgrade mine.
Okay.
Remember, as a result of my debt issues, I wasn't able to do that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So that may still be the case. I'll
Okay,
check for
all
you.
right, all right.
But outside of that,
Yes.
we can, something for 200 quid maybe.
Maybe a bit more than that.
Yeah.
Do you reckon?
To be honest, if you want to get something durable
Yeah.
that lasts,
Yeah.
okay, let me look at it. Then I'll give you the right information.
But yeah, but the right phone that can do this. I don't want it for
Yeah,
anything else.
yeah,
Just for the
yeah.
quality for this.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I don't really use it for that. It's
For
just,
everything else.
and it keeps cutting. It does my head in when it keeps cutting. So
Yeah, yeah. You definitely need
a new phone.
a new phone.
More than the camera.
Yeah, more than a camera.
Okay, we'll get that.
definitely.
Look, it's doing it again.
Course.
Do it again.
Yeah, definitely. You need a phone.
Yeah, alright then. So I
Alright,
don't
I'll look-
yeah. Purpose. Hi guys. It's just see, it does on purpose stuff. Damn tramps. If you keep messing around, I will.
Following almost 2 centuries of shamanism,
If you do it again, I'm gonna swap you over.
so let's be clear. When speaking of this people speaking about the people that were prophesied of.
Sorry about that, because I'm going to get a new phone, man. We're just organising one now. It's a joke, man.
Brooks writes, the religion of the Jews was voluntarily accepted
Right.
by the Khazars in the middle of the 9th century.
Try again.
Available evidence indicates that the Khazars practiced standard rabbinical Judaism consisting in part of the following elements: 1. Circumcision, 2. Observance of Hanukkah, 3. Observance of Passover, 4. Observance of the Sabbath, 5. Study of the Torah, Talmud, and Mishnah, 6. Prayer according to the proper order established by the Khazans, 7. Observance of the laws of kosher by refraining from foods banned by the Torah, 8. Washing rituals and ritual ablutions, 9. Simple burials, 10. Refraining from idol worship, 11. Adherence to all the other guidelines of Jewish law, 12. Giving newborn children Hebrew names, 13. Constructing synagogues, 14. Using Hebrew characters set for writing, 15. Using the Hebrew language, and 16.
Did you hear that?
Building a tabernacle in the shape of that built by.
Did you hear that? I heard that. 12. Giving newborn children Hebrew names. Did you hear it? I heard it, miss. Gotta have your Hebrew name. Gotta have your name now.
So let's be clear.
Right?
But speaking of this people, we are not speaking about the people that were prophesied of in the scriptures,
Not so.
but people who converted into this identity.
Exactly.
Brooks writes, the religion of the Jews was voluntarily accepted by the Khazars in the middle of the 9th century. Available evidence indicates that the Khazars practiced standard rabbinical Judaism consisting in part of the following elements: 1. Circumcision, 2. Observance of Hanukkah, 3. Observance of Passover, 4. Observance of the Sabbath, 5. Study of the Torah, Talmud, and Mishnah, 6. Prayer according to the proper order established by the Khazans, 7. Observance of the laws of kosher by refraining from foods banned by the Torah, 8. Washing rituals and ritual ablutions, 9. Simple burials, 10.
Simple
Refraining
burials,
from idol worship,
Simple
11.
burials, oh, yeah.
Adherence to all the other guidelines of Jewish law, 12. Giving newborn children Hebrew names, 13. Constructing synagogues, 14. Using Hebrew characters set for writing, 15.
Right.
Using the Hebrew language,
And it's really nice to see you beautiful children, yeah. I put that video on yesterday, right? And I paid money for it to go on. And the money that I paid for it hasn't gone on yet. But the normal one, but you just put the videos on YouTube, fair play. It's had over 6,000 people viewed it and made beautiful comments and thumbed it up as well. Because don't forget, beautiful children, the name Misha'el, right, which they call Michael. Right, there's many Michaels and there's many Misha'els, but you don't understand the power of your name. But when you watch that video, you understand the power of that name. So if you are a Michael or a Misha'el, you got the best name. So you need to walk in that name and then you get that power. Weird. You get the spirit of that name, Misha'el. There's no higher. There's no higher. There's no higher. Right? No, we're talking about Jesus. Jesus is the king. We're under him. Right? And Father is the overseer. He's the emperor. He just oversees it. But we as children are under Hamashiach. Right? And we as children, we have the best name, the Michael. So if you're a Michael or a Misha'el, you need to walk in that spirit. And then that spirit will come into you. Right? They've given you that name now. That is the most, there is no name powerful than that. Right? As children. No, he's the king. Hamashiach is the king. So you're not talking about him, we're talking about the children. And in the children, there's no name higher than Michael or Misha'el.
16. Building a tabernacle in the shape of that built by Moses.
Gotta tell people.
And it was from this point, there was a group in this world that were now Jews, that were not Jews by blood or by covenant, but by conversion. And this is very different biblically compared to what Bible prophecy actually deals with. You cannot just convert a group of people into Yahweh's promises. It does not work this way. And so in the 9th century, there were now two different groups. There were the true Yahudim who were scattered, particularly the ones in the Iberian Peninsula, and then there were the converted Khazars who now claim to be Jewish. Let's just be clear that while the rest of the scattered Yahudim around the world were suffering from persecutions and from forced baptisms and conversions, the Khazarian Jew did not meet with that same struggle. Now look, their history, it doesn't overlap until at a certain point. But it so happens that one of the documents of history that confirm the history of this Khazar conversion is the point where they begin to overlap. This document is known as the Khazar Correspondence. The Khazar Correspondence is an exchange of letters in Hebrew between Hasdai ibn Shaprut, the Yahudim chief minister of the Caliph of Cordoba, and Joseph, king of the Khazars, or rather, between their respective scribes. Written in the Britannica about Hasdai, it says, Hasdai's correspondence, written by Menahem ben Saruk with a Jewish Khazar king, Joseph, is of historic importance. The Khazars, a Turkic people dwelling in southern Russia, had converted to Judaism in the middle of the 8th century. Hasdai's letter and the king's response led a shadowy existence until their unexpected publication in the 16th century. After much controversy, the authenticity of both letters and the accuracy of the information seemed well established. And look, I show this to confirm that this conversion is not hidden, and anyone could just read about it on the Britannica. It's easy to find. But this correspondence is where the history begins to overlap. According to his account, Hasdai first heard of this existence of an independent Jewish kingdom from some merchant traders from Khorasan in Persia, but he doubted the truth of this story. Later, he questioned the members of a Byzantine diplomatic mission to Cordoba, and they confirmed the merchant's account, contributing a considerable amount of factual detail about the Khazar kingdom, including the name Joseph of its present king.
Joseph.
Therereupon, Hasdai descended to send couriers with a letter to King Joseph.
Don't know about Joseph.
The letter contained a list of questions about the Khazar state, its people, method of government.
Do you know the womb? You know the warm womb? You know the womb that I came out of? I came out of a Joseph womb. That's the name of the womb I came out of. Magical, isn't it? One child. And every school, right? And every church, and every nursery I went to started off with the name of St. Joseph's, every one of them. The primary school, St. Joseph. The church, St. Joseph. The nursery, St. Joseph. The secondary, St. Joseph's Academy. Everything's Joseph. The womb that came out of is a Joseph womb. My mother is a Joseph. This thing's deep in it. One child. And then when they capture you, they want to call you Riviere. They want to bring you into church as a little boy like that, and you're ringing the bell for their dirty priest. And then going in a confession box, all that nastiness. Until Father says, what are you doing? And I said, this is what, no. Come on, Tony. I put you in sound system. It kept me away from you ever since. And you're vexed. You start doing your little stupid games. Saying that I owe £6,000 in electric. How'd you work that out? And now you can bring me back £100 and you still ain't sorted it out yet. You still wrote me. Yo, Ice, this is what I need you to do, Ice. Yeah, this is what I need you to do. Thank you. Yeah, you damn tramp. How about you want to come and take my home? I just remembered to go sort it out. You know, 3 weeks, you said, oh, I'll be back in 3 weeks on my holiday, whatever. 3 weeks is gone. You want to come and leave people lingering? No, finish that. But you want to take my home because of this charge. What charge? Playing music? What charge? You just made that one up, you tramp. You just made that charge up. You keep making up charge, you're then chucking on me. It's all right, we're going to call. We're going to call. And the solicitor's coming as well. Don't worry about that, man. You wicked people. It's lying on good children. You smelly liars. You don't even help nobody. You don't help no one at all. I've just gone out there and helped somebody, damn tramp. I've just been out there dancing and playing music with spirits. Damn idiots.
Armed forces, and so on. including an inquiry to which of the 12 tribes Joseph belonged. This seems to indicate that Hasdai thought that the Jewish Khazars to hail from Israel, as the Spanish Yahudim did, and perhaps even to represent one of the tribes of Israel. Now Joseph, not being one of true Yahudim descent, belonged of course to none of the tribes.
Because we're Israel.
In his response to Hasdai, he provides a genealogy of a different kind, but his main concern is to give Hasdai a detailed, if legendary, account of the conversion, which took place.
Remember, real Israel loves everyone. It doesn't matter what you've done to us. Father will take care of that. That's not nothing to do with us. Because he's the one who put us in slavery. So we ain't got no beef with white people really. Right? Because white people didn't enslave us. Father enslaved us. You've got to understand this. Not white people. Father enslaved us. And then once you can mature yourself and see that, then you can see this thing a lot more clearer. You damn it here. You are the problem. Israel. You. Right? Because you lynched your own king, you damn Trump. You keep forgetting that, right? You keep forgetting that. But what you keep remembering is what white people do. Your father made them do it. His father who said, mash them up, do whatever you want. It's written. So once you can get over that and see his father who done it, why? Because of your behavior, you damn Trump. And to this day, you still don't see it. But the children see it, but you as the adult still don't see it. You're like a crock or spring, right? Until I put Jesus. Don't mention that name in it, right? Don't mention that name in yourself, right? Damn Trump. Because you might have a beautiful name, right? And you can't remember his name. You can't remember his name. Are you that stupid or what? You can't remember his name. You can remember everything else, but you can't remember his name.
It's 2 centuries earlier, and explain the circumstances that led to it. Joseph's narrative starts with the eulogy of his ancestor King Balaam, a great conqueror and a wise man who drove out the sorcerers and idolaters from his land.
Let me tell you what you do. You make father cry when you reject him. You make him cry. Don't make him cry. Don't make him cry. Don't make him cry. Go and be nice to him, you rotten child. Go and say something nice to him or his son. Go and say something nice. Go on your knees and go and pray to them and say something nice. Just speak to them now like you're speaking and they can hear you and they will feel you. Why not? They put nostril in your nostril. Why not? You ungrateful child. You don't want them to be unhappy with you. You hear me? You do not want them to be unhappy with you. And there's always time for improvement. And there's always time to fix them footprints because they're super deep. Right? Everywhere you walk, you're super deep, you damage everything. Anywhere you go and touch, you damage. So people are holding away the things there. But you're coming in town to come and take it, or come and rape it, see? Or come and beat it up or blow it up. And that's who you are. You need to see that there's no humanity in you and you're firm, mate. None at all. Right? None at all. Esau, your dance is done. There's no humanity in you. None at all. You don't even know what humanity is. You're trying to replace it with brutality. Are you stupid or what? Rasta? You're talking about Goldilocks. It's not Goldilocks, it's dreadlocks. You're always copying us. You don't see we are copying Timothy. Why would we copy Timothy? Huh? Then they come back to fears. But you're always copying us. Huh? Why are you copying us? Huh? Well, you can't copy this. Because what I show you is this. That's what I show you. This. I don't show you the flesh. Because I don't walk in the flesh. I walk in the spirit, you damn tramp. And you have no mannerism at all. You're just like your father, Satan. You're just like your father. You damn crocker springer. You're just like your father. He is no miss. You're just like his bleeding father, and his grandfather, and his great-great-great-grandfather, you damn tramp. They're all whatless men. They go around pillaging the beautiful land. Your people, your firm. Your firm. There's no love in them. There's no fun in them. Nothing at all. You don't even have to play, you damn tramp. You don't even have to play with children, you damn tramp. Right? We know how to tell lies in it on good people. The sun is shining. You don't even come out there and meet people. You don't even come out there and help people. But you want to come and put me in prison, you damn tramp, and take away my home. Why? Because I'm Jacob. Because I'm Jacob. You're damn right with Jacob. Don't you ever forget that, though. You're Jacob, though. You're the seed of, you know the lion seed. It's the lion seed, right? But let me just tell you about the seed, while I'm talking about the seed. Now, we are all from the same, you know, this seed, right? Let me tell you about the seed. Now, your seed bag is called Japheth, right? Ice next door seed bag is called Ham, and my seed bag is called Shem, right? Now, where you go on the land and intermingle and change yourself, that's your business. But at the end of the DNA day, Japheth, wait. Japheth, wait. Thank you. Japheth is a Hebrew. And Japheth has got two brothers. Guess who his brothers are? Ham and Shem. So guess what? We're all brothers and sisters. Did you know that? Did you know that? You see, what Satan's trying to do is intermingle everyone, mainly us. And then Father cannot fulfill his plan because he needs to have a pure remnant. But where Satan is an idiot and is right at the back of the queue, Father got his remnant long time. And let me show you how. Girls, ladies, gather up. I need a favor. What's that, Father? First male, take him. Thank you. First male is mine. First male livestock is mine. So that means he's got a plan. And that first male is 144 multitude. They're not there. All circumcised. And you can't get circumcised here. Who told you that? Who told you that? When Father says, circumcise my boy, got his really caught in the zip as an infant. I got it caught in there. No one can take it out. Come and circumcise my boy. What did you have to do? You had to circumcise me, didn't you? You damn trouser. It shows you've got no power. And you're getting dismantled. This is what's going on now. Why? Oh. Ezra 2, chapter 6, verse 7. And then I answered, what will be dividing of the times? What will be dividing of the times? Or when will be the end of the first and the beginning of the age that follows? When, the man said, will be the end of the first, which is now, and the beginning of the age that follows? He said to me, right, from Abraham, there's no B in it, it's a V, from Abraham to Isaac. So Abraham had a son called Isaac, because Jacob and Esau were born to him, to Isaac, right? Now, for Jacob held the heel of Esau for the beginning, right? For Esau is the end of this age again. For Esau is the end of this age, and Jacob is the beginning of the one that follows. The beginning of a man, children, is his hand, and the end of a man is his heel. So, children, seek nothing less between the heel and the hand. And this is what's going on now today, beautiful children. This. Remember the two nations? Remember the two nations? The two kids in the belly, which is over here, which I've showed you? This is what's going on, right? And long may it continue, right? Because we are going to turn brutality back to humanity, right? And we hope you come and join us, because we know you've got plenty humanity in you, and we want you to show it. Because when you start showing it, the ground and the sky will bless you. But when you don't and start lying and cheating, then the ground and the sky will perish you in your unrighteousness. That's how it's written. That's how it goes. That's the law of the rules of this earth. Nothing to do with you stupid people thinking you're this and that because you've got stolen money or you're on stolen land. You're cursed, idiot. You're cursed. You got bad health. Your children are all unhealthy. You got all sorts of disease and infection. Why? Because remember, this child here has never had a cold before, and I'm in my 50s. I'm 55. Never had not even a cold before. This child. And that's a protection from Yahuwah, because he's the one who's chucking it at people. He's the one doing it. He is the one chucking at you. But he can also take it away from you. And I want the gift. This is what I'm working for. So I can put my skates on. I got to Bristol, you know, the hospital, right? I'm going to put on my arms and so. And everybody's there, and there's a array of people on bench there. There's a array of people there in the bed. I just go on my skates. I just touch them all. And they all get up and go. I say, any more? They said there's more upstairs. I'm going to got skates on it, so it's kind of hard. I'm going to get in there. It's all right. Plenty of sick people there. Come here. I'm going to touch them. And everyone gets up. Why? Because Hamashiach, right, so you call Jesus, right, he said to the 12 apostles, come here. Right, I'm going to put this thing in you. So when you come out with me now, you can also touch people and heal them. I want that. He even gave it to Judas, Judas. He even gave this power to Judas that he could touch people and free. So these guys were there and saw the beauty of Hebrew. And what did Judas do? Him set him up for 30 pieces of silver. Can you imagine that? I mean, you are with the Don. And he put this thing in you. So when you meet people who are sick, you touch them, they wake up. There's a dead man there. You touch him wake up. This one's got an evil spirit in it. As you go up to it, the spirit say, please, please, don't harm me. Put me in the pigs. You've seen all that. And you still sold him out for 30 pieces of silver. Right? And you, Israel children, right? You said, lynch him. Put his blood on us and our kids, right? So, Acts 10:39, Acts 10:39 says, you children are in trouble. Why? Because we are witnesses. That's what it says. That you, Judea, and you, Jerusalem, crucified your own king and hanged him on a tree. Miss, that's what it says in Acts 10:39. That's what it says. Didn't die on a cross. He got lynched on a tree by his own children. That's what it says, Miss, in Acts. Acts, A-C-T-S, in the Bible. Acts. The time is 10:39. That's what it says, Miss. I know, son. I know. And his own children did that. And this man put this power in you. And you still sold him out. You smelly tramp. And this is what's going on today with these brown children doing the same thing. Right? The little house nigger. Right? There's no way I could be a house nigger. I'm a field nigger. Because I can't listen to him having sex with grandma and all that nonsense. I'd chop his willy off, Dan. You damn tramp. Weird. And that's what you got. You got too many gatekeepers. Too many black people are gatekeepers, Dan. And they want you to, watch what they're doing. And the young children say, I want to do that. I want to do that. And that leads you to sin, what he's doing. Because he's a child of Satan, Dan. Leading the children astray, you damn tramp. And you ain't no pastor or preacher, right? You're a dreamer. You have a dream to tell. So Father says, let him prophesy his dream. The dreamer. He has a dream to tell. Let him tell his dream. You damn tramp. That's how Father sees you. You damn tramp.
live on the tablet.
Problem. Are you? Take that one. No, you can take that one.
Yeah, because I wanted to write that email to the council people.
Yeah, take it.
Oh, there's Chrissy.
Yeah, do that, maybe.
The Lord.
Yeah, just give him some money, innit?
Or just give them some money.
Yeah, we're gonna go get the thing there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks for doing that, bro.
Alright.
You're right, though, yeah?
I'm good, thanks.
Oh, good. I'm just waiting for my man, him soon come.
Sorry?
I'm just waiting for my man, him soon come.
Oh, okay, alright.
Soon come.
Oh, the man?
Yeah, the main man. Soon
Alright.
come. You went to a funeral. He went to a funeral. Beautiful music and beautiful food as well. That food was nice as well. But Rasta, nice. Dedication to you. You want to see his name on my laptop, on my mini top, the tablet. I'm in love with the way it looks. Wow. Your name is so beautiful, Father. It's powerful. I've got the beauty of it written like this. I can't stop going on about it, because you can't see what I can see in it. You can't see the beauty, the eloquence. Just stop it. Just see that he was good. Just see that he was good. Look at it. And you can spit up and say, yeah, as well. Look at that. Look at that, man. Just stop it. Weird. Come out, you're blind or stuff. You can't see the cloud in that. Yeah. What about the barrister? He said you could be married, but I'm gonna lock you up. Aren't you breaking the law? You damn trade. It's alright for a white man to break the law, innit? I mean, even in your own courthouse. You want to come and break the law and lock me up. It's terrible. Just get justice in there, India. Damn trade. Very difficult to lock up someone like me. Yes, son. Because Yahuwah is my inheritance, and that's what you don't like. And you hate Yahuwah. How the hell can you hate someone and it's his house? You stupid little idiot tramp. You have no mannerism. That's why you thought you got rid of grandma and grandpa and thought you could sail through without an emperor and an empress. You damn idiot. This is why it's all caving in, you damn tramp. Because the sons couldn't even organise a piss up in a brewery. That's why they're trillions in debt and still looking for stuff to steal. They ain't even paid the debt, what they owe. The trillions they owe. Damn, move them, man. Move. Because they look at what we got. They scheme and plot to take it. They still ain't put my TV back, my big TV. They're taking it down. Little stealing tramps. And that's the council. They hide behind whatever, bruv. They're tramps done. Don't forget that. European tramps done. And that's what the history says. There's smelly people. Absolute smell bags. That's what the history says. And everyone kept away from Europe. Europe was a smell bag. An absolute. And then Father pushed us to us because we wanted to be like them. And this is why all of these are in fact. We're not though. We're not, as you can see. We're still held on to who we were. Praise you, Yah. Not Jah. Because Jah is an African man. Jah is Ham. He's an Ethiopian man. You're not Ethiopian. But you're Middle East. You're put in the middle. You're Shem boys. So you can't be praising that Jah. That, not at all. This is why Father's taking the power out of reggae music. There's no power in it at all. None at all. Because you call the wrong name. So don't go there. There's power in this. Because you call the right name. His name is not Jah, guys. I've been in that situation as well. Don't think I come from sound system. Well, I was never one in the sound system that used to call Jah. I just didn't sit around you. I don't know. I just wasn't into the Jah thing. And then when I went to prison, I done a documentary. When I went to prison, I read Haile Selassie's books, and it didn't move me at all. It didn't move me at all. And then these people put him in a bin. These people buried him, and put him in the toilet, buried him in the toilet. But I went out with a girl from Ethiopia called Fanta, and you couldn't even speak to her about him. Oh man, you had to wait till you finished making love to her. And you know when you got the pillow talk, and you just pillow talking after shit nice, then you can speak to her about it. And the things that she told me what that man did to his own people, Rasta. And then you want to come and call him just some king. You want to find out who he is first. And when his country was at war, he ran away. He ran here. He ran to Bath. And then when all the problems got sorted out, then he came back. But when he came back, his people murdered him and put him in the toilet and killed him and said, right, no more money after that. After Haile Selassie, right? No more money. The people said, we don't want no money. No more. And they banned it, the people, because of Haile Selassie. They banned it, right? Because it doesn't work. And this country here pays the money to keep it going. That's not royalty. Your poor people don't pay into that for it to keep shining, and it doesn't give you anything, and it just swans around happy as Larry. That's just nonsense. That is not a king and a queen and an emperor. We are kings, queens, and emperors. We'll show you how to do it. What you do with riches. We do not ask you for anything. They've done it all backwards. The other way they've done it, so they can get money. The church as well is the worst one. We just read what the church has done, changed the Sabbath day to Sunday, and then they make money off it. Then they make money off it now. They're taking the meat out of our religion. They are the worst tramps ever. This is why they're going to die. Rasta, you come and mix your pagan nastiness into holy stuff. And come and change the face of Yahuwah and give it some white face of Leo Vincho Dinadi. You take a bad. You're still there. You see what you've done? You whitewash history. Literally. You whitewash history. Literally. You whitewash history. Literally. And a white man didn't make not one thing. Not even two things did he make. The white man didn't even invent anything. Right? Let me tell you something, right? No. Let's go to the TikTok. TikTok. Right. Big Ben. Big Ben. The clock strikes at 10. Now, Big Ben is a black man. Guess what his name is? Benjamin Banner. Get it? Big Ben, tall as a tree, Benjamin is. And he makes clocks. The clock is his. Goes by his name, Big Ben. That's what that means. Benjamin Banner. Big black man. And he created it. And time. Nothing to do with the white man. All he does is capture, rot still, and then rewrites it and put his name on it. That's what he does. But the only thing with him, there's no spirit in him. You can copy and paste, but you copy and paste without the spirit. So that Father says, pull all the materials down, because I have more materials than you, all of you. I've had more material than a lot of you. But anyway, Father says to give it all back and have not even a chain, not even a chain, no flush clothes, nothing. Just basic. And here we are. And here we are, we're loving it, man. You can't look at me, I've got this, I've got that. Oh, what car you got? No, we're going out. This is the car. My foot, this is the car. Put that in the egg. You stay with him. So remember, when people are showing you the leaf, beautiful children, don't check the roots of it. Go right to the DNA of the tree, what they're showing you, and find out if it is a tree. Most of them are rotten, right? And you need to be careful, because there's many deceivers about, but most of them are devil children. Most of them are devil children, though. And they're very weak. This is why the devil can get into them, because they're weak. They've never had a problem to sort out in their lives. They're proper crybabies when a problem comes their way. Proper crybabies, and you've got plenty of problems coming your way. Right? Because you're not nice people. You're not nice people at all. I don't even think you know what nice is, guys. I really don't. I really don't. You've never seen so many things. You just want to take control of everything, which nothing belongs to you. Nothing at all belongs to you. You're like a child in a sweet shop, you are. You're like a child in a sweet shop. Want to take everything what doesn't belong to you. It doesn't belong to you. Take a stop. Take a stop. It doesn't belong to you. It's not yours. You've never had anything. You've always been stuck in that damn cave. Such is life, innit? And you know, when it comes to funeral with us, we have to have the most simplest funeral. Simple. Just in the box. None of this Hollywood stuff. No children. Yeshua, bring the children of Yeshua. Gather the children of Yeshua. It doesn't say nothing else about anyone else. The children. So he knows how important children are. So what does he go and do? He goes and does the opposite with children. He burns them and has sex with them. And in today's world, what we're living in, guys, the children are paedophiles now. The children are pedophiling each other now. Can you believe that? And doing it as some sort of thing for him. Because it pleases him and he gives them money. This is where we are, guys. Rasta. This is where we are. This is where we are. The opposite of us. This is what he's doing. And we know what he's doing. Why? Because it's two nations, isn't it? It's twins. They're our twin, you damn tramp. You know, so we're connected to everybody, right? They're our twin, right? The Esau and the fool, right? And then you got the Asians, right? Who call themselves Muslims. They're literally our brother. Right, so you see how this thing is connected. And then white people now, right, is our brother as well. Because we come out of Adam, and there's 3 sons, so there's the brothers in there. So that means anything they have, that means we're all still connected. So these Hebrew children are all connected to you. By blood, by the way, by blood. What about that one? What about that one? Not telling you them things, are they? Yeah, because they don't go back. They don't go back at all. Because then it breaks down their narrative of nonsense. The further you go back, then you realise that these people only started to be created from the 1600s. Yeah, that's the time when Father gave us to them. And before that, see what they was doing before 1600. You'll be horrified to see what they was doing before 1600. Listen to me, you'll be horrified of these people. Go back for 1600, go back from there, 16, go to 15, 14, and see what they were like then. Because we wasn't enslaving them then. Go and see what they were like then. They were tramps though. And when Father gave us to us 400 years, look, there's a book that showed you they made a project on us from 1690 to 2090. They knew 400 years. Well, they had 430. They even put a book, the book's in the corner. I'd advise you to get it. I haven't read it yet. A white lady encouraged me to get it. Look, man, it's there. They've never had it so good when we come. We are their inheritance. Go and ask Cabot Circus, right? Go and ask Edward Colston. Go and ask them fools. They've never had it so good. Because don't forget, you know, before us white guys, they was enslaving their own, right? I have the Book of Bristol. Chapter 1 is white slavery, right? And the poor white people didn't even last a week. Didn't even last a week in slavery. Didn't even last 1 week to rot it, right? And then as soon as we come now, whoa. They couldn't stop breeding the stuff. Just for this narrative, and it just kept going on and on and on. Because don't forget, before that, they were tramps done. Proper tramps. And then when Father gave us, why? That's why they can't let us go. That's why they cannot let us go. That's why they can't let us go. Because we are their inheritance. I'm not yours though. I'm Father's inheritance, it says. Not your inheritance. So he tries to grab me when I'm little, give me a name of Riviere, and all that bollocks. And then get me to be his altar boy when I was a little child. Didn't get no other boy, but you wanted me to be your altar boy, stinking tramp. You're not telling people like that though, are you? Damn tramp. What about burgling my mum's house? Right? And then separating me through that. And it's the white woman who done it, her and her husband, who was my mum's best friend. But that was the problem, you had them lot in there. And they would see what was going on, seeing the child growing, seeing the child becoming a superstar with all front line there and everything. Proper nice, they got jealous, burgled the house, staged it to make it look like all my friends in there did it. Wicked one. And they was there all the time, my mum's friend, and they done it. And then they blamed me, saying it was me and my friends. And then we left my mum's house for that. And that's what Satan did, separate me from my mum. And then like 10 years later, your mum turns around and says, oh son, do you know what, I made a mistake. No, she didn't say that. She said, oh son, it wasn't you, it was the next door neighbour. And that's all she said, just like that, like it's just something common. No apology or nothing. I ain't been back since. And I love my mum, don't get me wrong. But that's the system who did that. The system. The system. To think that I go burgle my own mum's house, to think that. And the way they done it, yeah, they picked all the items, just picked them up. All the telly and gold. In my room, they smashed it to bits. To make it then look like one of my mates who keep coming there, loads of mates are coming there because of the front line, like one of my mates would do that. And that's how the white people next door engineered, because they were best friends with my mum. Well, that's what happened. They are wicked white people. I can tell you more stories. They are wicked, white, wicked. To this child, wicked. So who is this child? Because everything this child do, you break down. You separate this from my parents. And that's what you like to do. You like to separate them and do this and do that. And you've got these idiots around who keep constantly doing stuff to me. The first day I moved in here, what did they do? I went to close the door, all the locks fell off. All the first day I moved, not the second or the third, the first day. And as I went to close that door, all the locks fell. And to this day, the yellow lock, I haven't put it back on, I've left it off. To this day, these people. One time I went to wake up to go to the toilet. Stupid o'clock in the morning. You know, you got a morning glory as well, when you want to go to the toilet. When I went to the toilet, I saw the door's wide open, guys. The front door is wide open. My front door is wide, where they can beat you up. You only come here because it's nice and level. You want to come and bully people. And you put me here as a setup. And I've been to court 4 or 5 times now over this nonsense. This has begun on since 2022, just over music. You stupid idiot. Now you want to come and take my place. You want to come and do this. You want to come and say, oh, you £6 for electric. Just one after the other, one after the other, one after. And they play Knockdown Ginger as well. They are the stuff they do here to me. And that woman there, she's the instigator, Sophia, and that crippled son, her. And she pushed past Uncle Mervyn, frightened him in his house, just pushed past him and said, sign this. And he wouldn't do it. Bullying him to sign her rubbish about me. Her over there. And he's been here 21 years. Where's the respect, you tramps? And when my solicitor comes, my solicitor's 83. So they're kind of both on the same level. And they have to link and show him what it is right there. Just normal people that don't get recognised. Normal people that they bully around here and say that I'm this, that, whatnot. And then she writes all this horrible stuff about me, some real wicked stuff about white women, some wicked stuff about the poor people here, and then puts my name at the end of it. But you're not telling people that you're getting them to go over to Lidl's to still use second-hand meat, and then you buy it, so you're eating stolen food. But you can't get your crippled son to go in there and steal, can you? And you won't steal, because I've been in there with you, you won't steal. But you'll get the vulnerable children here to go and steal food for you over there. But then you write wicked stuff about the vulnerable people to say that I do it, and then you sign it. And even highlighted it in a yellow pen. And I put it on the internet to show everybody, because it's wickedness, right? And you really thought you could get me done. You plot and scheme to try and put me in jail and then get my flat. You are wicked white people, but because we got Yahuwah with us, this is why you failed, and now he's coming for you, and you're going to die. You're going to die. Believe me, trust me on that. You're going to die. Right? Because you're too wicked, and you want to know about evil, they're going to show you evil like you've never seen it before. They're going to show you evil. You're like a batty fears. I promise you. You are too wicked. Right, to nice people, you're too wicked. You see vulnerable people or nice people, right, and then you make them vulnerable, because nobody's vulnerable until you come around. You're the combative fears. You. There's no love or nothing in you, bro. You're high maintenance, you are. Always want to control, because nobody don't want you around. That's why. So you have to interfere in people's things. No one don't want you around. Everything grows when you're not around. Right? And if you go from the 1500, 1300 truck, and you'll see how nasty these people really are. And they never had nothing until Father. Remember, you didn't conquer us, you little tramp. Father gave us to you. Remember these things. And gave you our riches. And when he comes back now and says, give him our student back, how much money you got now? And he sees that you're trillion in debt, he'll box you. Right? Because he knows you're getting that money from Satan. So you have to pay him back, you know, you damn tramp. And this is why you can't break away from him. This is why. Because the trillions that you owe him, you tramp. Well, right? If you play with fire, you get burned. That's what Grandma says. If you play with fire, you're bound to get burned. So you better listen and learn. And you don't want to. You're damn tramp. You're damn tramp. And then you want everybody to fall into your lake of fire. There it is, miss. No. Look at it, it's bubbling as well. No. And then you've got hell there. And then when we're ready with this, pick it up, sir. And let's put it in the lake of fire. Because it's splashing, miss. I don't want to go in there. And that's where they're trying to bring you. Because they're guaranteed to go there. It's signed, sealed, and delivered for them to go there. But what they're trying to do is bring you with them. Because they can't bear to know that you're going to be with milk and honey, cold blimey, and they're going to be burning. It's going to kill them. They want you to burn with them because they're going to burn. There is no way. There's no talking. There's no if, buts, or maybes. Quiet. They're going to burn. So they're using all sorts of schemes and everything to bring you with them. And you're going to be heartbroken when you hear the trumpet and you see us rising. Right? And you're staying. And then you're staying for Satan's dance, which is 7 years. It's not, it's 1 week. 7 years is 1 week. And it says, in that week, I'm going to beat up your buckler in that week. Right? In the middle of that week. There it is, in the middle of that week. So that's half. So that's 3.5 years. Don't forget, right? 7 years. It's 1 week. He showed me. 7 years is 1 week. And wait, and 1 day is 1,000 years. And 1,000 years is 1 day. So when you know we are doing this tic-tac thing, yes sir, right? I have no idea what you do with this stupid clock here, right? Because the clock is the sun. That is the clock. You know the sun that you took its day? I saw the bird farmer, thank you. You know the sun you took its day? When it start your pagan nonsense? And then you wonder why the sun comes down a bit lower to burn you, huh? Because you don't respect the earth. The earth speaks. Didn't they tell you? Didn't they tell you? You're getting your dogs to piss and shit anyway. You're going to regret that. You don't look after nothing. You wear and tear the earth. The rules are Saturday's a Sabbath day. You rest. You rest. The earth rests. And then Sunday you go again. But oh no, wear and tear, wear and tear. That's why you got to come off the earth done. Right? Because you don't take instructions very well, do you? Damn tramp. So you certainly don't listen to your parents. I bet you think you're better than your parents. You look at Crocker Spring. Rasta.
From the
exhorting him to worship the only true God, and promising that in exchange
you go to
he
my
will bless
angel,
and
do you know that?
multiply Mulan's offspring, and deliver his enemies into his hands, and make his kingdom last to the end of the world.
Oh, I can't take it, can I?
It's the same exact thing Satan did with Islam. Same exact way. Now, there is no history of any further correspondence, and we don't know what Hasdai had to say about the conversion. But the point is that there are two different groups now in the world that were known as Jews. And the point that you need to understand is that eventually in history, one would overtake the other. As King Joseph wrote that the angel told them that they were to worship the one true God, and they were promised to be blessed, and their kingdom was going to last to the end of the world. If you understand that this is exactly what is the case today, you are understanding truly who this one true God was. It was not Yahuwah. And what was told to them matches exactly with what we know for Bible prophecy. So let's clarify some things. In the 9th century, we had the Yahudim in Spain. They were the true Yahudim. They were established and they were very much set up in Spain. And then we had the Jews in Khazaria. Now, by the 10th century, things started changing in the world. Staying with the Khazars in the 10th century, the Khazar Empire, they were crushed in 965 by the ruler of Kiev. I would butcher his name. And this defeat shattered the empire and caused the Khazar population to disperse and assimilate across Eurasia, Europe and Asia. Now, it is important to remember that these people, they were originally nomads. They have no problem just spreading out and dispersing. This is what they did. They would spread out, which is why you find so many of them in this area of Russia and other parts of Asia. But just to consolidate this history, just understand this. It was in this mid-10th century when the Ashkenazi Jewish people are now recorded into history. You're not going to hear about them written before the 10th century. And this also includes the Polish Jews and the Russian Jews. They're all written into history at this point. Understand that today, it is estimated that approximately 70 to 80% of the world's Jewish population today is of Ashkenazi descent. What I'm trying to explain is that these are the Khazars. Understand that after the fall of Khazaria, all these Khazars who are always nomadic, who are now dispersed in Europe and Asia. No longer going under the banner of Khazar, but now they're Ashkenazi Jewish, which is why you will no longer hear about the Khazaria Empire any longer. They're now under the name of Ashkenaz, Ashkenazi Jews, which if you understand who Ashkenaz is, it really would make no sense to you, but let's leave it there. Now understand, they're still not overlapping with the Yahudim in Spain yet. So let's go back to Spain.
I connected to public Wi-Fi at a cafe in Mexico and got my identity stolen. Didn't even know what happened until my bank called me about charges in Pakistan. Now I use my own private hotspot everywhere, at home, traveling, wherever. Nobody touches my connection but me.
Have you heard about Ryoko Pro? This is the cutting-edge portable Wi-Fi hotspot that people wish they found out about sooner. With this pocket Wi-Fi, you can simply stay connected whether you're working, traveling, or just out and about. But why should your internet be overpriced, dodgy, full of hidden fees, and riddled with poor coverage, when a modern, affordable solution is reshaping the industry as we speak? Introducing Ryoko Pro, the revolutionary portable Wi-Fi device that provides reliable, high-speed internet globally. Ryoko Pro's advanced features make it a game changer in 8 distinct ways. 1. State-of-the-art chip technology. Ryoko Pro delivers a fast, stable 150 megabytes per second connection no matter where you are. Say goodbye to weak and unsecured Wi-Fi at hotels or coffee shops. 2. Americans spend around $600 on internet bills over 6 months. With Ryoko Pro, you can enjoy unlimited data for a fraction of that. For a one-time payment, you get fast, secure internet anywhere, anytime for half a year. 3. Whether you need to stream, work, or stay connected across multiple devices, Ryoko Pro has you covered. It can support up to 10 devices simultaneously, making it perfect for families or remote teams. 4. With up to 8 hours of continuous use on a single charge, you can stay connected throughout your busy day without worrying about running out of power. 5. Ryoko Pro is free from the constraints of traditional internet providers. There are no contract, hidden fees, or expensive data overage charges, just straightforward, affordable internet access. 6. Don't worry about astronomical roaming fees while traveling. If you have Ryoko Pro, you have access to the internet in 150 countries. 7. Portable and sleek. This small and robust device allows you to carry the internet in your pocket and take it wherever you want. Perfect for those on the move, whether you're a digital nomad or a traveler. 8. Ryoko Pro's security features protect your data, preventing malware, phishing, and unwanted ads, ensuring a safe browsing experience wherever you are. In fact, it blocks all ads, making your browsing experience smoother and saving your data. Now, here's the deal. Only the viewers of this video will receive an exclusive 70% discount on Ryoko Pro today. So, click the link below or visit getryo.com to secure your discount. And yes, the shipping is absolutely free, but don't just take our word for it. Listen to the thousands of satisfied customers who have made the switch to Ryoko Pro.
So I've been traveling a lot lately, and you know what's been a total lifesaver? Ryoko Pro. Seriously. No more stressing about ridiculous roaming charges or unreliable Wi-Fi in random cafes.
It's like a portable Wi-Fi powerhouse that gets me online on the flip of a button.
We understand that buying a Wi-Fi device online might seem like a risk, which is why we offer a 30-day return policy on every purchase. It's simple. If you change your mind, you can return Ryoko Pro for a full refund, no questions asked. This 70% off deal is only available for a limited time, so don't wait. Secure your order now and say goodbye to overpriced, unreliable internet. Ryoko Pro is in high demand and supplies are limited. Time is ticking, so what are you waiting for? Ryoko Pro will change the way you experience Wi-Fi.
Long warts on the body, hands and feet, corns, stubborn calluses, expensive and unbearable pain when going to the clinic for treatment. Repeated growth has a significant impact on appearance. Today, this roller painless wart removal and repair pen can easily solve skin protrusion problems at home. This instrument has the EU CE MDR mandatory certification for medical devices, passed the ISO 13485 medical grade quality control system, and has also undergone independent testing by TÜV Rheinland in Germany. It also meets the ROHS heavy metal standard, and the material in contact with the skin is gentle and skin friendly. Sensitive skin can also be used with confidence. Many European dermatologists recommend home use. The unique roller pen tip can tightly adhere to warts, corns and thick calluses, accurately targeting the affected area without damaging the surrounding intact skin.
Right.
The operation is gentle and almost painless.
The 10th to 12th centuries is known as the golden age for the Yahudim of Spain, like I said earlier. This was a period of prosperity and cultural flourishing in Al-Andalus. Al-Andalus was the never really settled in one place. That was their way. They established the independent state of Khazaria, which was established in the 630s and 640s. The whole region between the Volga and the fortress city of Durban came into the possession of the Khazars. This area right here. The Khazars soon became the dominant power in southern Russia.
Okay.
The expansion of Khazaria into new territories displaced power in southern Russia. Around the world, moving with Constantine's purpose of conquering through the cross. We are told in the mainstream about the history of the church, but much of the history of the Yahudim is not mainstream. The Yahudim were not takers of this Christian religion, and they found refuge in Spain. Their history is well documented, and they established themselves in Spain. They were a part of the history of that peninsula for centuries. Like one event, for example, in 616, King Sisebut of Spain issued an edict ordering the baptism of all the Yahudim of his kingdom, under the pain of banishment and the loss of all their property if they didn't comply. It is said that 90,000 of them embraced Christianity. This was one of the earliest chapters of the disaster that fell upon the Yahudim in Spain. There was also the short reign of Roderick in the year 710, who also forced conversions. During his reign, anyone suspected of practicing Judaism, their children were to be seized and were to be brought up in an uncontaminated Christian atmosphere.
Terrible.
The ones who converted were forced to sign a declaration binding themselves to not practice Judaism in the future.
Do you see how controlling they are with religion, right? Because when I was a child,
The Christians gained control of Spain.
I'm joking, I know.
Now, okay.
Hebrew.
So now we know that how they got in Spain, and we know that they had influence over there. Let's now just pause in that history there at this point right now. Now, please understand that up until this point, there is no confusion on who the Yahudim truly are in the Iberian Peninsula.
Go on.
There's absolutely no confusion in the world when it comes to this.
Okay.
But it is during this period, about a few centuries earlier, where across the map, east in Europe, there was a major event that happened that changed the world forever.
Okay.
This was the conversion of the Khazars.
Right.
In Kevin Allen Brooks' book, The Jews of Khazaria, he explains that the Khazars, or Khazars, emerged on the world scene as Turkic horsemen who believed in shamanism.
Turkic horsemen. Yeah, there's the Turkic. They're Turkic Russians. Turkic. What? Look at them mixing them. Cars.
Or Khazars emerged on the world scene as Turkic horsemen
Right.
who believed in shamanism and lived a nomadic lifestyle.
What's shamanism?
They are predominantly Turkic and probably originated in the steppes of Central Asia or perhaps in the Ural or Caucasus Mountains.
Caucasus
The details of the
This is where modern Israel come from. He's telling you the DNA of these nasty children. Khazar, Turkic. They got something about 12 different nations in them, bro.
nomadic lifestyle. They are predominantly Turkic and probably settled in one place.
Like a drifter.
That was their way.
That was who they are. And
They established the independent state of Khazaria, which was established in the 630s and 640s. The whole region between the Volga and the fortress city established in the
630s and the 640s. And they converted to us in the 7th and 9th century. Right, but before, in the 630 century, this is who they were. And I heard they were powerful in that nastiness, I heard. And then now, these are the people that want to come now and say that they're father's people. It's an insult, and they hate father. They tell you to put poo-poo on Emmanuel. And then they got something in there about Israelites. I mean, it's an absolute insult to father. And this is why his children are like this, because you ancestors are a letdown. You Hebrew ancestors are an absolute letdown. You're a letdown, bro. We can't hear your voices at all. Right? And these fools over here, these Khazars, Turkic as well, are trying to say that they're us. Right? And father is annoyed because you're not even showing the children who they are. You're letting these people say that they are us, you damn tramp. That's why the children have to talk. You have to come into the children and talk, you damn tramp. And you're a letdown, you adults. You're an absolute letdown. Right? And half of you don't even know who you are. You've got this thing sold inside you, and you don't even know who you are. And you're really sick, and you're really ill. Why do you think that is? Because of the stuff you do. Because you've got this law inside you. And the law inside you says, what you do, you can't do. And that's why you're sick. Because it punishes you. And you don't even know you've got a law sold in you. And we are children, and we know that. You adults are a joke. It's written you have the law in you. I'm not going to read it to you again, it's over there. I'm not going to read it to you again, man. You adults are a joke. That's like calling Michael instead of Misha'el. That's like saying let there be light. And you'll never get light unless you say it in Hebrew. You damn tramp. Right? Because everybody is a Hebrew. Don't forget the seed, the lion seed. Don't forget the bag, right? And the ball bag says, Jephid is you. And you came out of the ball bag of Jephid, right? And Jephid is a Hebrew, Tarati. And Jephid is my brother. So we are brothers and sisters. But he had to stop that because he couldn't get no money. He couldn't make no money from us. So he had to stop that. And use color, right? To describe us and to notice us. But it's tongue and tribe. But he says no, let's use color because then we can squeeze in then. And that's how he squeezed himself in and tried to murder everybody and just to try to make it pale. This is why you got all these different pale people. Father don't know who these pale people are. When he comes, he has no idea who all these pale people are. No idea at all. But that's white supremacy trying to make that work. Attaching itself to every nation. When before that, the bleeding British and white people were the worst. They fight with their neighbours, every day. They fight with their neighbours, they fight with the Irish, they fight with the English, they fight with the Scottish. They wasn't harmony, they was always fighting each other. And robbing and stealing. And look what England's done. England controls all its neighbours. It controls Ireland. Right? It controls Scotland. It controls Wales. Why are you controlling them when they're your neighbours? Why are you being horrible to your neighbours, England? So he says, no, roll Britannia. I said, oh yeah, you'll never be a slave in here, you wicked. And this is his neighbours it does it to. And that jealousy is going to kill you. That jealousy is going to kill you. Trust me on that. Because good people run this country. Don't you ever forget that, tramp. right? And good people are not riddled with disease and infection, because your health is your wealth. Not your wealth is your health, you down cockosbane, right? Your health is your wealth. Now, what happens if Father gives you dementia? Do you know how bad dementia is? And someone told me about dementia yesterday, and I really had to say, I really do pity anyone who has that, really. And I'm not taking the piss, I'm being serious. I wouldn't wish that on Dean or Sophie, I wouldn't wish that on them. Because I asked them, and they said they even poo themselves and don't even realise it, because dementia. So that means you have to be there constantly for someone in dementia. And then when people have got dementia and you stick them in them homes, I can guarantee you, and I asked a woman who used to work in homes, and she's been in there like 20 odd years, and she told me when they in a home and they got dementia, they're sitting that shit for days. Why? Because the carers are not carers, right? Because you have to be constant with someone who's got dementia. That is very, very hard. That is love. You have to love someone, right, to deal with them if they've got dementia, because I didn't realise that they can't do nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. So they're pissing and shitting themselves constantly. So you have to clean that. And that's maturity, right? Now these carers, who, when you're in a carer home, they're not going to do that. They're going to let grandma or grandpa sit in that for days. And that is a wicked thing to, I didn't even know that until I was talking to our Jackie yesterday about that wicked, horrible disease. I didn't even know how bad it was. And I wouldn't wish that on anybody, man. Right? And this is why we need our carers done. They're like proper carers who are not going to get bored of keep changing it. You're going to have the stamina to keep changing it. But this is why your children are supposed to be there for you. So what happens now when your grandma, something happens to her, and there's no one there to help her, just strangers? You're not the only one. We did that to ours as well. We did that to ours as well. We did that to ours as well. You're not the only one. But ours is different because the system separated us from our family. We don't even know anyone of our family because of that damn system. And by the time we did get to know grandma, she died. She died. She died. By the time we got to know her, she died. But she left me tens of thousands of pounds now. Imagine that. What kind of son is this? And then you got really jealous, didn't you? You wicked bastard. And that's when I started to know something was wrong. When my grandma gave me inheritance, that's when I knew the world was evil. I had to leave where I was in Wales because of the way they were so evil. My last girlfriend told me to leave because she was involved as well, and she turned against me as well and tried to set me up to get hurt just because I got all this money. Well, had all this money. They are wicked people if you've got money, guys. They are wicked. They all team up together. It's all teamed up. All of them. They're all teamed up together. Notice that when I have my money. They are wicked. It's all a system together. They are all wicked, wicked, wicked devil children. But let me tell you something, yeah? Father is my inheritance and I am him. And this is Father's world. And all you little wankers, and we're talking about shops and all that, they're all connected together. A little stinking smelly tramps. Right, but you don't know what's coming, you little wanker. You gave up, right, humanity, right, to run around in Satan's little nonsense. But you don't know what's going on. Do you know about the 7 years? Do you know about the 7 years? Do you know about the 1 week? Do you know about the one? Do you? You think you're nice and cool in that little community there. You really do, didn't you? You really do, didn't you? It's all control, even the people in the shops and all that. And they're not going to give you a shop, you little stinking trap, unless you're into their nonsense, you damn fool. And you see what's going on now, right? The birth rate for British is dying out. It's dying out. And now they're saying that you see in all the shops, no more British. You've got all Asians and all Middle East in all British shops now, because the British generation is dying out. It's dying out. It's dying out. Because they're not multiplying. They're not, their sons are not, they're putting on dresses, their sons. They're putting on dresses and having sex with children, their sons. I don't even know how to entertain a woman, their sons. They're frightened of women, their sons. So they're not multiplying sexually. They're not multiplying. Britain, not multiplying. And then when he does get her, he wants to beat her up and kill her. He's got no idea, that son, because he hasn't been shown. You only understand what you're shown. Did anyone show you how to make love? Did anyone show you how to have sex? No. So you don't even know how to do it. So you go on the phone. Ah, that's where you learn it, on the phone. Ah, with all them sexual demons. They're sexual demons, they are. Rasta. You have no idea, do you? This why you're not gentle. You have no idea. You little demon monster. No idea. You have no idea what's going on, man. No idea. You do know they're going to come up from the sky, didn't you? You do know that much, didn't you? The rest, and they're coming straight to your direction. And what about the birds, they're telling me? Tweet, tweet. What about the birds? Do you know the curse that the birds have? Rasta, they have a curse, yeah? When Father says, go, they go. It's a command, and it says, eat flesh. Eat flesh, ravish flesh until your belly is bursting full, and drink blood until you're drunk. So you see the birds that you see, not them ones, we've got some vicious ones, they're coming out. And they're coming in packs, it's not one, they're coming in packs, like 1,000. Whoa, to you, the birds. What about Deer 5? Ooh, Lefarian. Uh-oh, you're in trouble. Uh-oh, Lefarian. Wait. Now, even Father said, son, when I was making that one there, it gave me problems. I said, did it give me problems? He said, no, not like that. I said, all right, I know you're the toughest I've put you in, but he said, no, it did give me problems like that, but it was kind of fishy. I said, do you get it? I said, all right, it was kind of fishy. All right, Father. Right? And that one lesser, he made on day 5, right? On day 5, he created Baphomet, right? And there's a next one there as well he created, but he said the one to worry about is Baphomet. Now that is a sea monster creature, right? And I read it in here the other day, yeah? And that is there for you to eat. That will eat you. That there monster will eat you, that sea monster. And it's rising already, and the farm has to keep telling it to go down. And I showed you a picture of it. In the water, just the outskirts of it, because it's not allowed to come up. But that is a monster, and that's going to come and eat you as well, with the other things that Father's leaving here when he takes the children out. This is the only reason why he's not beating you up now, because the children are here and they're not ready yet. For some reason he's not ready yet. Maybe the children are not wise enough yet, or the children are not sure enough about him, because when you will see him, you'll get frightened. Of course you will. We'll be absolutely petrified. Of course you will. Of course you will. So he's doing it nice and easy. Well, there you are.
You're right.
You done it, yeah?
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah.
And this is for the knife. So they'll update us once we can track it now.
Okay, so
they just showed us that it's going to be dispatched. We're going to get tracking information within 24 hours.
Yeah, brilliant. And you wrote that full already, yeah?
Yeah.
Right,
exactly.
True.
Because he never said anything. He just left us the way that.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
I got the thing,
Yes, you were saying.
I need to get the weight bit. I'm going to say, I'm going to give you now, right? So I just do a split.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you want to go to the shop after?
Yeah, I'll go after 4. Yeah. I definitely need to.
Yeah. Right, let me just. The batteries are in there.
Oh, okay.
Put it there.
Of course, you need the stable.
Yeah. The battery.
Oh, the battery. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. Yes, Father, everything is nice done. So 6:30, right?
30s and 640s.
Alright.
The whole region between the Volga and the fortress city of Derbent came into the possession of the Khazars. This area right here.
Right.
The Khazars soon became the dominant power in southern Russia.
Where are we, guys?
The expansion of Khazaria into new territories displaced other ethnic groups. Khazaria was one of the most diverse nations of medieval Europe. It was a multi-ethnic society with a population of Slavic, Turkic, Iranian, Arabic, and Caucasian peoples who professed other faiths, including Islam and Christianity. What I'm trying to explain here is that this group of people were not Hebrews. They did not descend from the Hebrews by blood. There was a mixture of different groups, but they were not mixed with or descendants from Judah or Israel. In Kevin Brooks' book, this is a map of Khazaria and the neighboring empires in the 9th and 10th century. This area is what we know as Ukraine today, and that is not a coincidence. But let's keep going.
Well, that is 10. I'm going to give you more, obviously.
Under the reign of King Balan, evidently during the first half of the 9th century, the Khazars officially converted to Judaism. Balan became the first Jewish ruler of the Khazars, following almost 2 centuries of shamanist and Muslim rules. Let's be clear, but speaking of this people, we are not speaking about the people that were prophesied of in the scriptures, but people who converted into this identity. Brooks writes, the religion of the Jews was voluntarily accepted by the Khazars in the middle of the 9th century. Available evidence indicates that the Khazars practiced standard rabbinical Judaism consisting in part of the following elements. 1. Circumcision. 2. Observance of Hanukkah. 3. Observance of Passover. 4. Observance of the Sabbath.
Right, let me hear the rules. I'm ready now. Just doing something. I'm ready now. I hope everyone's alright. Yeah, everyone's alright. Right, come on in. Shall I put that one over there? Right, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to transfer you on here. Could you take it in the mic then? I'm going to transfer you on here. Because that is a joke. Right, YouTube on here. I'm going to put you on here. Right, how do I put YouTube on there? Right. Albany. Yeah. Last thing. Can you put YouTube live on there, please? Because this phone, she's doing my editing. So if we take it off here. Right, guys, listen, I'm going to go to another machine. Right, guys? I'm going to another machine. Right, guys? Bye. I'm going to the tablet. I'm going to do it on the tablet. Because this phone's just joking, man. Yep, so if you're coming over, I'll see you later. Let me just stop it first.